It's mid-morning on January 26, 1991, and Captain John "Shotgun" Kelley is leading a two-ship formation of F-15C Eagles deep into Iraqi airspace. His wingman, Captain Ben "Razor" Thomas, holds position 6,000 feet off his right wing as they patrol a combat air corridor 30 miles north of Baghdad. Operation Desert Storm has been raging for 10 days, and the Iraqi Air Force has learned to be cunning. They've stopped challenging coalition aircraft head-on. Instead, they wait, they watch, they plan. The morning sky is deceptively clear. Kelley's radar sweeps the horizon in regular intervals, painting nothing but empty air. Behind them, a strike package of F-111 aardvarks is inbound, loaded with laser-guided bombs destined for a Republican Guard command center. It's Kelley's job to ensure they reach their target unmolested. Shotgun, this is magic. Your picture is clear. No activity in your sector. The voice of his AWACS controller, call sign Magic, crackles through his headset with reassuring confidence. Roger that, Magic. We'll hold the line. But 60 miles to the northeast, something is stirring. At Balad Air Base, 4 MiG-29 Fulcrums have been sitting at alert status since dawn. Their pilots, among Iraq's most experienced, have been briefed on a specific tactic: exploit the Americans' overconfidence. Let them think the skies are clear, then strike from an unexpected direction. The order comes: scramble. Coalition fighters inbound to Sector 4. The Fulcrums light their engines and thunder down the runway, lifting off in pairs. They stay low, hugging the terrain as they accelerate to 600 knots. Their radars remain cold, emissions silent. They are ghosts, invisible to the electronic watchers in the sky. The lead Iraqi pilot, Major Hakim, has flown this profile a dozen times in training. Now it's real. In his F-15, Kelley maintains altitude at 25,000 feet, his eyes scanning both his instruments and the sky outside. The F-15 is the undisputed king of air superiority. No Eagle has ever been shot down in air-to-air combat. Kelley knows this. The Iraqi pilots know this too, which is precisely why they're not going to fight fair. Magic, Shotgun, request threat update. Shotgun Magic, still clear. Intelligence reports minimal Iraqi air activity this morning. Most assets remain grounded. What neither Kelley nor Magic knows is that the AWACS radar has a limitation. Low-flying aircraft, especially those running silent with their radars off, can slip beneath its detection threshold when terrain masking is used effectively. The MiG-29s are exploiting this blind spot perfectly, racing along a valley system that channels them directly toward the F-15's patrol zone. Razor checks his fuel state. Shotgun, Razor. I'm showing 11.5 on fuel. How much longer on station? Another 15 mics, then we'll hand off to the relief patrol. Those 15 minutes might as well be an eternity. The MiG-29s split into two elements. Hakim leads the northern pair, while his wingman and the second element maneuver to create a pincer. They climb out of the valley system 25 miles from the F-15s, still running radar silent, but now at 15,000 feet and accelerating hard. Hakim's plan is elegant in its simplicity. The southern pair will turn on their radars first, drawing the Americans' attention. Then he'll strike from behind and above. The trap is set. Aboard the AWACS, a technician notices something unusual. Magic, I've got intermittent contacts popping up, bearing 070 from Shotgun's position. They keep fading in and out. Magic keys his radio. Shotgun Magic. Be advised, we're seeing some intermittent contacts to your northeast, range 25. Could be ground clutter, but stay alert. Kelley's hand moves to his radar controls, adjusting the scope. Copy that. Razor, let's come left to 070 and investigate. The moment they turn, the southern pair of MiG-29s illuminate their radars. Immediately, Kelley's radar warning receiver erupts with audio alerts. 2-9. 2-9. The distinctive tone of a MiG-29's radar fills his headset. Contact. Razor, I've got two hostiles, bearing 075, 22 miles. I see them. Kelley's heart pounds. but his hands are steady. This is what he's trained for. He selects an AIM-7 Sparrow missile and prepares to engage. Magic, Shotgun is engaged with 2 bandits, requesting commit authority. Shotgun, you are cleared to engage. We show 2, wait. Correction, we're now showing 4 contacts. Shotgun, additional bandits, bearing 355, 17 miles high. Kelley's blood runs cold. He's been focused on the 2 contacts ahead, but now his RWR explodes with new alerts from behind. The displays light up like a Christmas tree. He's been suckered. Brake right, brake right. Kelley yanks his stick hard, rolling inverted and pulling into a devastating 8G turn. Razor mirrors the maneuver, their jets carving contrails through the sky as they jettison their external fuel tanks. The tanks tumble away, glinting in the sunlight as they fall. Hakeem sees the Americans react and grins inside his oxygen mask. They're fast, but he's already in position. He selects Rico's aircraft, the leader, and achieves radar lock. Locked. Fox 1. He launches an R-27 medium-range missile. The weapon drops from his wing and its rocket motor ignites, propelling it toward the American fighter at Mach 4. Kelley's RWR screams, "Missile launch! Missile launch!" The automated warning system is frantic. Shotgun is defending. He punches out Chaff, the metallic strips blooming behind his aircraft like a silver cloud, designed to confuse the incoming missile's radar. He pulls harder, feeling the G-forces crush down on his chest, making it difficult to breathe. His G-suit inflates, squeezing his legs and torso to keep blood in his brain. Razor calls out, "I've got eyes on the missile. Chaff, Chaff, Chaff." The R-27 streaks through the sky, its seek ahead hunting for the radar return. It approaches the Chaff cloud and for a moment appears to track it, but the missile's logic is sophisticated. It reacquires Kelley's F-15 and continues closing. Kelley rolls inverted again and pulls toward the earth, diving hard and accelerating through 700 knots. The altimeter spins counterclockwise. 20,000 feet, 18,000, 15,000. The missile follows, but its burning energy fast trying to match his maneuvers. At 12,000 feet, the R-27's fuel is exhausted, and it goes ballistic, missing Kelley by 800 feet and detonating harmlessly below. Shotgun is defensive, heading low. Razor has the northern group. While Kelley evades, Razor has been tracking the original 2 MiGs that first lit them up. They're now at 15 miles and closing. He locks the leader and checks his rules of engagement. Within seconds, the IFF system confirms hostile. Fox 1. His AIM-7 Sparrow leaps off the rail. The Iraqi pilot in the southern element sees the launch. He brakes hard left, deploying chaff and flares, the flares burning bright even in daylight. The Sparrow tracks through the countermeasures. Its guidance is true. The Iraqi pilot pulls desperately, his MiG shuddering at the edge of its flight envelope. But physics is unforgiving. The Sparrow connects, detonating just after the MiG's wing route. The explosion is catastrophic. The wing separates immediately, and the MiG tumbles out of control, spinning wildly before the pilot ejects in a flurry of shredded metal. Splash 1, but there's no time to celebrate. Hakeem and his wingman are now in a perfect firing position on Kelley, who's still climbing back from his defensive dive. Hakeem selects his second R-27. Locked again. Firing. Another missile leaves the rails. Kelley's RWR. Missile launch. Missile launch. Not today. Kelley reverses his turn, rolling back into the threat and releasing more chaff. This is insane, turning toward a missile, but it's the right move. The closure rate becomes so extreme that the missile's guidance system can't compute the intercept solution. It overshoots by 1,200 feet and self-destructs. Now Kelley is angry. He's been on the defensive for 30 seconds, and that's 30 seconds too long. He pulls his nose toward Hakeem's MiG, still 10 miles out. The instant his radar has a solution, he locks it. Shotgun is engaged, northern group. Hakeem sees the lock warning and knows he's in danger. He's fired both his long-range missiles. Now it's going to be a turning fight, and the F-15 has more power. better sustained turn rate and superior pilot visibility. He banks hard, trying to extend and reset, but Kelley is already in pursuit. Razor, shotgun, has the lead. You take the trailer. Copy, I'm on him. The sky becomes a twisted maze of contrails as 4 jets maneuver at the edge of physics. Kelley closes the distance, 9 miles 8-7. At 6 miles he fires. Fox 1. Hakeem sees the launch and goes into full defensive mode. Chaff streaming behind his MiG as he pulls into the missile. It's a dangerous game. Pull too hard and you bleed energy. Pull too soft and the missile hits. He times it perfectly and the Sparrow misses by 300 feet. Kelley is undeterred. He's now at 4 miles and closing fast. He selects an AIM-9 Sidewinder, the heat-seeking missile that loves jet exhaust. The tone in his headset grows from a low growl to a high-pitched screech. Lock. Fox 2. The Sidewinder comes off the rail with a roar. Its seek ahead, tracking the blazing hot exhaust of Hakeem's MiG-29. Hakeem pops flares desperately, 10 of them in rapid succession, burning magnesium bright enough to compete with the sun. The Sidewinder wavers, momentarily distracted, but its seeker is smart. It rejects the flares and tracks the sustained heat signature of the MiG's engines. Impact. The Sidewinder's warhead detonates just behind the MiG's left engine. The explosion shreds turbine blades into shrapnel that rips through the fuselage. Fire erupts from the engine bay. Hakeem feels the jet shudder violently. His warnings lights illuminate. Engine fire, hydraulic failure, flight control degradation. He pulls the ejection handle and is rocketed out of the dying aircraft. Splash 2, splash 2. Razor has been tangling with the 4th MiG, and it's been a brutal dogfight. They've circled each other twice, each trying to gain angle. Finally, at 8,000 feet, Razor gets his opening. Fox 2. His Sidewinder tracks true and obliterates the MiG's tail section. The Iraqi pilot doesn't eject. The MiG simply noses over and crashes into the desert. Splash 3. The sky is suddenly quiet except for the sound of their own engines. Kelley breathes hard, his flight suit soaked with sweat despite the frigid air at altitude. Magic, shotgun. We are Winchester on Sparrows, 2 Sidewinders remaining. 3 bandits splashed. Request vectors to tanker. Copy shotgun. Outstanding work. Tanker is at Angels 20, bearing 270, 80 miles. You're cleared to proceed. As they turn toward home, Kelley and Razor don't speak. The adrenaline is still coursing through their veins. They've been ambushed by a well-executed plan, caught between 2 elements of enemy fighters, and they'd survived through skill, technology, and perhaps a bit of luck. The F-15's reputation remains intact. But on this morning over Iraq, the Iraqi pilots proved they weren't just going to roll over. They fought with cunning and courage, even if the outcome was inevitable. Hell of a fight, Razor finally says. Yeah, Kelley replies, watching the sun glint off his wingman's canopy.
Hell of a fight.
Hell of a fight. They fly home.